Hello viewers, we'll be going over gold miners, ETF ticker symbol GDX. In this video, we'll be using the day-by-day probability model, the technical performance of each model, how we find the models, comparing the current trend with the trend in the past, and we'll go over the day-by-day forecast for GDX. So back to the technical analysis, today we're down 2.4% on the 1-hour chart. We were at positive MACD and we are starting to see a divergence, and if we extend that further onto the 4-hour MACD, we are now approaching to positive MACD. However, we do see a slight divergence in play as long as we remain to make higher lows and say we close above the 9 moving average, this blue line. If we extend that further onto the daily chart, we are approaching to negative MACD on the daily chart, and we are starting to make somewhat lower lows, and we have the moving averages starting to diverge onto the 50-day moving average, this yellow line, which is a bit concerning that we see the 18-day moving average, this purple line, acting as our resistance, one back in, say, June 1st, as well as in June 10th. And we may encounter today's resistance, which is around a price of $33.88. If we do manage to close above that resistance level or the 18-day moving average, the next resistance level that I see will be around a price of, say, $35.40. However, if we do manage to average down lower, the next support level that I see is around the price of, say, $30.31, and I do see the 100-day moving average averaging to that level in time, and we also see previous resistance level that dated back to April 13th, and since we're above resistance, that now act as our support. So to the downside, if we do hit support level, that price movement to the downside is roughly around 7%, and to the upside, that price movement is roughly around 7.9% to hit the next resistance level. So now let's examine the day-by-day probability model for GDX. So as we progress to the 7th day, we have a 12% chance for GDX to climb higher between 6% to 13%, and to the downside we have a 75% chance for GDX to fall between 0 to 6%, and on the extreme case to the downside we have a 12% chance for GDX to fall between negative 6% to negative 13%. So let's examine the day-by-day day-by-day forecast for GDX. Again, these models are now available in the link below, so do check it out. So 1 day out will be a Wednesday, and 2 days out will be a Thursday, and so on. So we have 3 days out, 4 days out, 5 days out, 6 days out, and 7 days out. So which one of these models we should focus on? Ideally, the model that is best matched to the line graph. The blue line is our current trend, and overlapping it happens to be the best match to the current trend. And we have our current trend right here, and below is the trend that we found on the line graph, and this trend dates back to April 29th to June 11th, 2015. So let's begin comparing the both charts. So let's start off with the current trend. We start off at the middle Bollinger Band, and then we touch the upper band, and then towards the very end we touch the bottom band twice. And in the trend in question, we start to see a similar pattern here as well. We average above the middle Bollinger Band and touch the upper band, and then towards the very end we touch the bottom band. And in this instance, we did manage to close below the middle Bollinger Band. Compare that to the trend in question, so do keep that in mind. So if the trends and patterns are somewhat the same, the outcome and forecast should be fairly the same. So the model that we just examined was April 29 to June 11, 2015. GDX was down roughly around 2.4% or 2.3% in the next coming days. And if we head back to the day-by-day probability model, that coincides with this standard deviation of 75% chance between 0 to negative 6.6%. And let's examine closer on the technical performance of each trend. So on the current trend that we're in, we're only down 12% from monthly high, up 2% from monthly low, up 2 basis points from 10 simple moving average, down 2.9% from 20-day simple moving average. There's none for 50-day simple moving average because we're only examining a 30-day trend. And now the trend that we just examined or found in the line graph back then GDX was down around 11% from monthly high, up 0% from monthly low, and down 2% from 10 simple moving average, down 4.4% from 20-day simple moving average. So there are technical differences among two trends. One is the 10 simple moving average. Back then, GDX was down 2.2% on 10 simple moving average. Compare that to the trend we're in right now. We're up 2%, 2 basis points. So do keep that in mind. Again, these models are now available in the link below, so do check it out. If you enjoyed this content, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching.